Joining us now with a reaction to all of today's breaking news, Senator John Kennedy. Senator, you not only watched President Zelensky, but I'm quoting you. You said we are at war with Russia. We need to win it militarily and economically. I want you to give us a little more detail what you mean by that.
Well, I'd make a couple of points, Sean. First, I think it's clear that the leader of the free world is President Zelensky. He and the Ukrainian people are tough as a boot, and we need to have their back. Point two, I think it's important when we do something right to acknowledge it. The West's sanctions on Russia's central bank has hurt Putin, hadn't brought him to his knees, but it's hurt him. So I suppose you could say President Biden has gotten it right once in a row. Point three, the rest of President Biden's economic response to the invasion and military response to the invasion, in my judgment, has been a wimp fest. Let's take it first militarily. President Zelensky and the Ukrainian people are holding their own on the ground. They need air cover. Today, President Zelensky said, can you please help me get planes? Can you please help me get surface-to-air missiles? I'm not asking for American planes or pilots or troops. Help me with your allies. President Biden's response is the same as it always is. I'll get back to you in 3 to 5 business days. And he never gets back.
Senator,
Sure,
go ahead. You go, sir. Finish your point.
I was just going to say the final point I would make, unless you're still living with your parents, you understand that you can't put Putin on his knees without cutting off his cash flow. And you can't cut off his cash flow without cutting off his oil and gas. And a lot of our allies say, well, we have to buy his oil and gas. Where are we going to get it? Well, the obvious answer is the United States, except for one problem. The woker darlings and the Democratic Party will not allow President Biden to adopt an all-of-the-above energy policy, which includes oil and gas, and the president just doesn't seem to have the courage to stand up to him.
He's beholden to this new religion, the climate alarmist religious cult called the New Green Deal socialism. I want to go back to the specificity of what you're saying that America should do. I'm a Reagan, Trump, Make America Great Again, America First conservative. We saw what Reagan did to help the Mujahideen in Afghanistan defeat the Soviet Union in the 80s, helped the Contra rebels against the Sandinistas. We saw Donald Trump use modern warfare, weaponry, technology to kick the living Adam Schiff out of that caliphate and defeat him that was grown under Obama and Biden. You're saying no boots on the ground, but if the Ukrainians, who I think have shown a real willingness to fight back hard, if they have the right tools and the right military equipment, they have a shot at winning this war. I would argue Vladimir Putin ran into a force he never anticipated up to this point.
Sure, and I'll give you a perfect example. Poland said, look, we'll deliver our MiG jets to a NATO and American air base in Germany, and then from there they can go into Ukraine. President Biden said, no, that makes me nervous. Well, I'm nervous too, but there's an alternative. Just have Poland either fly or truck their planes flown by Ukrainian pilots either directly into Ukraine, or they can put them on a truck and put them next to the border and let the Ukrainians drag them across. And President Biden won't even agree to that. It's as if he's looking for excuses. I would ask the president to consider. I know you don't want to make Mr. Putin mad, but when in the Vietnam War, who supplied planes directly to North Vietnam? Russia. In the Korean War, who supplied planes directly to North Korea? Russia. So I don't understand the reluctance of the president. I do know this though. Some people in his administration believe that $6 gas will make people buy electric vehicles. And that's a hell of an attitude.